Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 finale and look at this sneak peek we got. And I'm sure everyone knows by now, but Maggie will be returning in this episode, which I'm very excited about. And we're going to be looking at this sneak peek, breaking it down. And yeah, we see Maggie in this sneak peek, and she comes back in a very interesting and awesome way, and we get to see what this episode is going to be leading up to. And not only the Maggie thing, there's a lot of cool stuff in this sneak peek that I want to talk about. Virgil's coming back. I mean, it's going to be pretty awesome this episode, and the sneak peek on its own is awesome. So like I said, we're going to go through it, break it down shot by shot. Obviously, spoiler warning, in case you haven't been caught up with The Walking Dead, go check it out and then come back to this review. The season has been amazing. And then also, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe for more content. But let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, yeah, this is going to be Maggie's return. Now, we're going to go through the trailer. Maggie comes at the end, so you'll see her and just, towards the end of the sneak peek. But so the sneak peek opens up with just chaos. So they're in the hospital. We know that Beta's coming with his herd, and they're in the hospital. They're freaking out, and they're running around. Gabriel runs into Diane. They're frustrated. Diane helps Gabriel up, and they run, and Gabriel runs, and we're following Gabriel throughout this sneak peek, and he seems to be like the leader in this situation. Even in the trailer, he was coming up with the plan that, we're going to be in groups of 4, and they're going to try to sneak out. They're going to try to sneak out through the whispers, like through the there's not that many whispers. I mean, compared to walkers, that is. I know there's a lot of whispers, but compared like probably like the thousands of walkers in there, they could maybe sneak past the whispers without them noticing. But yeah, he looks out the window. We see Beta. He's in all the whispers here. It's not that hard to see. Or Beta's not there, actually. I thought Beta was that guy in the middle. But yeah, Beta's not here. But he is there, in this herd of walkers. And he's looking out the window, and we hear RJ saying, "I'm scared." And there's this girl next to him. It's not Judith, but they both start talking to Gabriel. And RJ says that I'm scared. And the girl says, like, "We see how many are coming. That's way more than what we have." And I'm just kind of like, this kind of put into perspective for me, like, seeing RJ say I'm scared, like that. Because, like, imagine being a kid in this situation. Like, all these adults are around you, or just running around in panic, and this massive horde of monsters are just coming after you. It's terrifying to think about. But Gabriel sits down and has a nice conversation and gives them a good speech that I really like. Like, I really like this speech. And Gabriel says, like, "You see these fingers?" And he kind of waves his fingers and says, "Not that much, but when you put them together, it creates a mighty weapon." And he creates a fist and says, "That's who we are." And he starts putting up his fingers one by one, saying Alexandria, Hilltop, Oceanside, Kingdom. And he has one more finger left. And the girl says, "Is that enough?" And Gabriel says, "I'm not done yet." And then the girl says, "Who's that for?" And Gabriel says, "The others." And then after he says the others, we see the characters who in episode 15, remember, they're split up. In episode 15, Gabriel was in the hospital and he was calling for Daryl. And then when he says the others, we see the group coming out to help them. We have Carol, Daryl, Kelly, and they're all running to the hospital. Judith is there as well. And they all come to the hospital to help out with the situation. Again, we saw that call at the end of episode 15 when Gabriel called out to help, to call out for Daryl to help out. And then we also have Yumiko here, Ezekiel, and Princess, Eugene, and them, and they're riding bikes, which is sort of interesting. I don't know why it's kind of funny to me. I just never see anybody riding bikes in The Walking Dead. Okay, so I don't know. Just seeing these guys ride bikes, it's pretty cool. But then we have Virgil here as well. So we have all these people coming together for the final battle, which is awesome. Virgil came back. He has a big backpack with him. Hopefully he has weapons to help out. I mean, I know he didn't have exactly what he promised, but he does have a big backpack here. And he came back to Oceanside, which is interesting. Because he's going to, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking, like, is he going to be part of the group now? Is he going to help them out and, tell them about Rick and everything? Again, I talked about this in a different video. And Judith didn't even want to tell Daryl about Rick that much because she didn't want Daryl to leave. But what in the video I made a couple days ago, I was talking about how if everyone knows Rick is alive, all the focus will be there. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to the Commonwealth, which I think is a different group than the CRM. I mean, I don't know though. Because the CRM is going to be the movies, right? If I'm correct, I could totally be wrong. This is my theory. The CRM are the movies. the Commonwealth is the TV show. And yes, they could cross. That could happen. And at the end, the very, very end, I'm sure Rick will reunite with his family and friends. But I still think they're two different groups. But the point being is, I don't know if Virgil. I mean, Virgil now is, one of the people. It's only really him and Judith that know about Rick. So is Virgil gonna tell them? That's kind of interesting. So we'll see. But the point is here that Virgil is back and he's in Oceanside and he's gonna help out. All right, and then we have this scene, which has me a little bit stumped and puzzled. But let's talk about it. So we have Aaron and Alden here, and they're fighting whispers. We saw this in the trailer, and then this guy shows up. This random guy who looks pretty badass, I gotta say. He looks really cool with the mask. And I don't know exactly who that could be. Let me know in the comments down below. I feel like it's gonna be a new character. I mean, I've seen some people say it's Morgan, which I don't think it's gonna be Morgan. The hood and the way he's sort of carrying himself, I guess, yeah, you could say it's Morgan, but I don't think it's gonna be Morgan because the timelines and everything that happened to Morgan on Fear, the cliffhanger at the end of last season with Fear, I don't think it's gonna be Morgan. So I think it's gonna be a new character. Let me know what you think. I've seen some people say it's gonna be Heath, the return of Heath, which it could be. I mean, Maggie's returning this episode, so maybe Heath as well. Who knows? And then we're about to see Maggie in just a second, but I quickly want to read Gabriel's speech because while we're seeing all this action, Gabriel is giving like a little bit of speech to RJ and the girl. So when the girl says like who's that for about Gabriel's last finger, he says, the others, the ones who aren't here, those who might find us help or come here and help. Together we will fight, and that's how we will survive, together. And then yeah, this is the part where you see Maggie. So there's a little like case on the ground where they have been sending each other messages, and Maggie pulls it up. There's a letter right here, and she unfolds it. Well, we don't know it's Maggie yet. Like, we know, but in the trailer they reveal like it's Maggie at the very, very last second. And someone's reading this letter, and the letter is talking about how Jesus has died, and so is Tara. And you can see here like there's a group called the Whisperers. So they have been letting Maggie know what's going on, and then the camera kind of pans up and we see Maggie. So she's back, and hopefully back in action, because if they've been telling her about the Whisperers, what if she brought people to help out? Like, what if she brought people from the Commonwealth to help out? And that guy that was in the woods with Aaron and Alden, maybe that's somebody who's part of the Commonwealth. Maybe she brought back a team. Like, how awesome would that be? Think about that for a second. And I think that could be it, because in Gabriel's speech, when he's saying like those who might find us help, like he might be referring to Maggie, because they might be letting Maggie know what is going on, and Maggie's been kept up to date with all of this, and she knows they need help. So if she knows her people need help, she's not going to come by herself, with the Whisperers. I'm assuming you're going to tell her how many Whisperers there are and how big this community is. I'm assuming she's going to come and help with a group of people. So I think we're going to get like a group of Commonwealth people to come over and help them at the end of this Whisperer battle, which is going to be pretty awesome. And this is like the perfect setup to season 11, because we know this is the last episode of season 10. It's going to be the final battle. And then what better way to, just completely lead into the Commonwealth by having the Commonwealth just come in and help out? Like, how epic is that going to be? So we're going to get a group of people to come in and help. It kind of reminds me of season 7, the finale, when Negan was about to kill Carl there. And Rick and Carl were on their knees, and then Ezekiel and the Tiger came and helped out, and then the Hilltop came and helped out. But those were already like established groups, in season 7. This is going to be like a completely new group. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. But I think that's what's happening. I think they've been telling Maggie about the Whisperers. I mean, they have been telling her, and I think she's gonna know how big the Whisperers are, and she's gonna send a group over to help out. So let me know what you think about that. Also, let me know what you think about the whole Virgil thing. Like, do you think he's gonna come over and help tell them about Rick, which is also gonna set up that like some characters are gonna be interested in Rick, or is he just gonna come and be part of them long term? I mean, there's so many questions up in the air, like, is the CRM and the Commonwealth connected? Because these are two big groups in relatively the same location. Remember that this is all around they're in that I mean, yes, the CRM is all over the place because they were also on Fear the Walking Dead, and they're gonna be on the other show, the Walking Dead Beyond, the World Beyond. But you know, the Commonwealth is also a pretty big group, and it wouldn't make sense why they're gonna be the only people who don't know about this CRM. You know, like even the people on the world beyond, those kids are gonna know about this CRM. So maybe the Commonwealth does. Again, there's a lot of questions up in the air. And we're gonna be discussing all of it, so stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button. Because even if The Walking Dead is off season, there's still a lot of discussions that we're gonna be having. So let me know in the comments down below all your thoughts and opinions about it. But yeah, awesome sneak peek. Maggie is back. You know, we lost Rick and Michonne, which always, you know, that's not a good thing. Obviously, I mean they're gonna be in the movies, which is great. So we haven't lost them, you know, forever. But now we have Maggie back on the main show. That's a very main character. That's a leader of a community back on the main show, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, that was a sneak peek we got. Again, let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. As far as this video goes, I am going to wrap it up there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Let me know again all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are all doing well out there. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.